Good morning. Thanks for joining us for our Wicked Problem presentation. This is Group 3 from BUAD55-7, Group B, Section B1, excuse me. And we'll be talking through our Wicked Problem feedback and how that has been helpful for us and in what ways it's been helpful. All right, terrific. So my Wicked Problem let me begin actually with my name is Nicole Jacobson, and my wicked problem is really about a government contractor. How can a government contractor create an employee value proposition that will result in the quality, talented workforce necessary to win additional work when profitability pressures drive reductions in fringe benefits, recruiting staff, and a market that favors new organizations with younger contracts? So there's certainly more detail behind that, but ultimately it comes down to, in order to be profitable, you have to push your costs down, including compensation. But in order to attract a talented workforce, you have to, make sure that you're presenting a value proposition that is attractive to those talented employees, the high quality employees we seek. So I received a number of suggestions from this group. The best suggestion that I would like to pursue further is to use predictive analytics, identifying potential talent gaps and skill shortages. And those analytics would be built upon forecast modeling of future hiring needs by job role, department, and location. So I'll drive in just a moment here on some more specifics on why that is effective or helpful for me. So from my point of view, applying predictive analytics is going to help me drive efficiencies that will reduce costs associated with staffing overall. In my current role, I have direct information about that. I have applicant flow data, hiring data, cost data, market analysis, and I also know our projected work for the next 12 months. So I have all the data necessary. That is visible, and we have a business unit that really focuses on data analytics as our service for customers. So we have a lot of in-house experts in analytics, forecasting, and modeling. This suggestion, I think, would be really helpful for me and is aligned with the resources that are available and the data that's available. I do believe that the skills that I'm going to gain from the business analytics course, as well as skills in forecasting and modeling that came out of the operations course, will be really helpful for me as I continue to tackle this wicked problem. Practically speaking, I do think that forecasting is a new application of a tool that I hadn't really thought about. I've given a lot of thought to supply chain concepts in terms of creating efficiencies to help drive costs down. But I also hadn't really considered the AI impact of using artificial intelligence to support those predictive analytics. I do believe there is potential for significant financial benefits coming out of this. If I'm able to drive these efficiencies and get buy-in from leadership with data-backed information, I may be able to get more appetite for innovation and reallocating where our costs are going in order to create more space for improving compensation and adding enhancements to that value proposition. I also think, in my experience working with people and candidates, when you come to a company and they have data-based solutions, they have tools that are really based on well thought out strategies, it creates confidence in the organization. You never want to put all of your eggs in the basket of a company that is creating something new for the first time or that they seem uncomfortable with. So having some really solid foundation in the analytics behind us, I think, will be really effective for my wicked problem. So with that, I'm going to pass it over to Connor so he can talk about his wicked problem just a bit.
Thank you, Nicole. So my name is Connor Mangum. My wicked problem actually focuses on the affordability of obtaining a graduate level education in the United States. I came to this wicked problem mostly because I'm naturally, I've been in sales my entire career, and I've worked in a variety of different industries. And pretty much every time that I have jumped to a new industry or a new career field, there's always things that you can see that could be changed or things that could be made better. So when I looked at this and came up with this problem to try and tackle, I wanted to do something challenging and something a little bit different. So my problem statement for my wicked problem is just, planning on tackling my MBA with trying to find the most general affordable options and ideas for people to obtain their education. With the number of people taking on student loan debt and the amount of student loan debt that's been accumulating over the years, I wanted to kind of share my ideas of how to handle the burden that is, paying for your education and to eliminate those financial risks. The best idea that I was shared was from Serene. She actually came up with the debt idea swapping platform and sent it over to me. And this is something that I've seen other people do with their side hustles to make additional money for bills or just life in general. If that being on a Discord server or a Facebook group or just group chats amongst 20 to 30 people that are selling or working in some different kind of side hustle. They use each other and they lean on each other to help with certain issues that they come up with, and they pretty much give them ideas or they help them with their little small side industry. So I'll go ahead and turn it over to the next slide. The focus and the grounding impacts of my wicked problem are pretty much building a community of similar minded people that are working on the same kind of issue. This helps open discussions to new ideas, and it gives them the ability to learn from other people's mistakes and successes and apply them to their own personal situations. Now, the practicality and impacts of these changes, they are really bringing more people together that are having these issues and kind of making them talk them out and working them together as a community instead of just, struggling in silence, essentially. People with these ideas and them sharing those results, it eliminates other people from experiencing those failures and also sharing those failures to make sure that they don't have them themselves. There's a lot of mental gaps, and money can be stressful for just about anybody. And when somebody's going into getting their education, it is not just a scary thing to try and accomplish, but the financial burden is scary as well. So I like the idea of the debt swapping idea platform that Serene handed off to me, and I plan on trying to implement that to see if there's other people out there that are trying to come up with more creative ways to pay for their education. And with that, I think I'm going to pass it over to Jalen to talk about her wicked problem.
Thanks, Connor. So for my wicked problem, I wanted to initiate a discussion on a topic that I believe many of us grappled at some point in our lives, and that's the choice between pursuing a job primarily for financial reasons or pursuing a career that truly inspires us. I feel like a lot in nowadays, we always go for the career that's going to support our household rather than the career that we have passion for. So I really wanted to dig deeper, and I felt that Nicole's advice for this wicked problem was very helpful of thinking of jobs as a stepping stone versus to a long-term goal. So for the focus and grounding impacts, I feel like skill development creates learning opportunities. You can also networking for individuals as a stepping stone roles may interact with various professionals in the industry. And financial stability, while focusing on long-term goals, individuals may also learn to manage financial stability. This could also involve budgeting, saving, and making informed financial decisions. And they also have open mind. So your open-minded and stepping stone mentality encourages the open-minded approach to the career, and individuals may be more willing to explore different industries or job functions. The practicality, impacts, and changes entrepreneurship mindset. So seeking jobs as a stepping stones can install an entrepreneurship mindset, encouraging individuals to take initiative and identify opportunities. Also, it gives them a broad openness to multiple career paths, and stepping stone approach allows individuals to explore diverse roles and industries, gaining a broader range of experiences and increase confidence. Recognizing the progress made along the career path contributes to increased confidence and positive self-perception. So those are my focuses on grounding impacts and practicality, impacts and changes. So now I will lead it over to David.
So customer education touches on a lot of business areas. So while it's widely understood that education helps drive business goals, Business goals, it's poorly understood and it's not clear how it measures. And customer education ends up touching areas like marketing, sales, customer success, and all these other areas. So while trying to figure out like what we should measure, how we can measure how customer education aligns with the business goals, we also need to understand how it affects those other areas, and then how we can measure those things and where it can have the most impact. So the best suggestion that I received was because of the changing nature of how customers interact with the information and how the data is captured, is to incorporate AI to react to the changing patterns of the customer behavior and serving content based on that behavior. So that's AI using just to come up with the ideas for the content that is being served, but also when it comes to trying to highlight some of the useful data and measuring the customer success and determining actually those factors and those measurements that we should be looking at. That's where AI can come in and kind of help us to suss those out. So, so some of the focusing and grounding impacts, like right now I have executive buy-in. So there's a huge push to kind of get this defined and move this forward. We have, the budget that is earmarked for this project. And then, there's the autonomy to experiment with a way that we can address the question of a successful customer education program. And then how to define and measure the impact that the program has on business. The plan, long-term, or in the immediate term, the plan is for the department to remain a cost center. So that also alleviates the need for us to come up with some kind of budgetary and revenue generating strategy as well. So now the practicality, impacts, and changes. So as this plan evolves and AI is incorporated and successful, we can leverage those tools that we have to use so that we can use the AI and integrate it more intelligently. I can foresee this also having an impact of making our reporting tools more dynamic, as they very much should be done. They're done manually right now, and it would streamline operations as a lot of the motion would be operated and aided by AI. So the end goal would be that education offerings would evolve that would directly affect business outcomes in a positive way based off the insight we were able to gain leveraging AI. So next is Cyrene.
Alarming rate of suicide among veterans mirrors the rising mental health challenges faced by Generation Z, demanding innovative solutions to tackle this complex issue. While I am continuously conducting ongoing research and integrating technology to address this problem, the suggestion by Nicole provided insights in refining my wicked problem. We are now testing the idea of leveraging AI and ML to refine further this research. Leveraging AI to analyze interviews and natural language will provide valuable data on suicide risk factors, allowing for targeted interventions tailored to individual needs. This shift from subjective assessments to objective data analysis provides a solid foundation for effective action. While a mobile app offers accessibility, a dedicated device might provide more accurate data. However, privacy concerns and cost-effectiveness must be carefully considered. Choosing the most practical option requires balancing accessibility, accuracy, and ethical considerations. In conclusion, both focus and grounding impacts directly address the need for a deeper understanding of suicide risk factors among veterans. This knowledge empowers us to develop targeted interventions, reaching those at greatest risk. Enhanced collaboration fosters innovation and ensures interventions are informed by research and data, leading to more effective outcomes. Ethical and sustainable solutions. Practicality impacts prioritize ethical considerations like privacy, user acceptance, and cost-effectiveness, ensuring solutions are sustainable and acceptable to the veteran community.
Thanks so much, David and Cyrene, and really everyone on the team for your inputs. It's been a really collaborative effort. Although we have one team member who will be providing his voiceover and presentation just a little bit separately. It's really been a good collaboration. We want to make sure and share that. In conclusion, looking over the thoughts and the elements, the ideas that each of us have selected, there's the common theme I think we've noticed is that there's a strong technology integration aspect that added value to most of our wicked problems. I think all of us agree that the external inputs added value and really assisted us with increased focus and broadened perspectives. And that's the Group 3 presentation. Thanks so much for your time.